guys, it's Emily, and today we are talking about stimulants. So after watching this video, you should be able to answer the following questions. 1. True or false? Stimulants are the most abused substances in the United States. And 2. What are synthetic cathinones known as? So what are stimulants exactly? Stimulants are a class of drug that speeds up the messages that go from the body to the brain and vice versa. They can make a person feel more awake, alert, confidential, or energetic. Stimulants are also known as bennies, coke, skippy, speed, and uppers, but they also come from a lot of other names. So how are they used? They can be snorted, swallowed, smoked, injected, or taken orally. So there are many different types of stimulants. The main used types of stimulants include amphetamines, caffeine, nicotine, cocaine, crystal meth, and synthetic cathinones. Amphetamines are synthetic mood-altering drugs and often come in pill or capsule form. Caffeine comes from ingredients often seen in coffee and teas. Nicotine is a potent parasympathomimetic alkaloid that is primarily used by smoking cigarettes or using tobacco products. Cocaine is a powerfully addictive white powder drug that is usually snorted. Crystal meth, also known as ice, is pictured here. Synthetic cathinones are also known as bath salts and are human-made. These substances are related to those found in cat plants. So the history of stimulants, they have been around since the 1930s and remain an issue in today's society. The first synthetic stimulants, which were amphetamines, were popularized in the 1930s. In the 1960s, methamphetamine use peaked, and this era was known as the speed scene. In 1971, when the Controlled Substances Act was enacted, the use of stimulants dropped and the popularity decreased. The cocaine and crack waves occurred in the 1980s, and that ramped stimulant use back up again. In the 1990s, the re-emergence of methamphetamines occurred, and we saw the first production of what we call meth labs. Today, stimulants are the most widely used and abused illegal substance in the United States. So what are the effects of stimulant use? Stimulants have different effects based on the amount a person uses, and stimulants affect each person differently, but some of the most common effects are listed here. So low-dose effects, which mean they don't take a whole lot of stimulants at one point in time. These effects can include a feeling of euphoria, increased alertness, and talkativeness. High-dose effects can differ. These can include increased body temperature, seizures, coma, and even death. Using stimulants with other drugs, such as antidepressants and alcohol, can have additional side effects. So there are some laws that are affected and can be included when we talk about stimulants. Illegal stimulant use has attempted to be controlled by the passing of the Controlled Substances Act, which sees stimulants as a Schedule I substance. Many stimulants have no medical use in the United States, which leads to them not being controlled. Even some prescriptions are not controlled. Nicotine and caffeine, for example, are both stimulants that a person does not need a prescription to use, so anyone can go out and use these substances. In 2005, the Combat Methamphetamine Epidemic Act was created to help with the control of methamphetamines. So the abuse potential of stimulants are what we come to next. Stimulants are the most abused substances in the United States. Smoking, snorting, or injecting stimulants results in a rush or a flash that people begin to crave. Abuse of stimulants is often seen used with a period of binging. So a person will take high doses of stimulants, with their number one intention being that feeling of euphoria, and everything else becomes non-important. People who use stimulants frequently can develop a tolerance to them, which means that they must take more to get the desired effect. So that's kind of our rundown of stimulants, and now you should be able to answer if stimulants are the most abused substances in the United States and what synthetic cathinones are known as.